This is episode number 23, The Iceberg Theory of Success. In this episode, I will explain to you a very interesting fact that all successful people have in common. It's actually more than just a fact. It's an entire theory called the Iceberg Theory of Success. And I will explain this to you to show you how important it is to do whatever it takes on your path to success. I am sure all of you have heard the saying, that's just the tip of the iceberg at some point, which is based off of the fact that when you look at the structure of an iceberg and how it floats on the water, you only see such a small portion of the iceberg above the waterline, whereas the larger part of the iceberg is hidden beneath the water that we can't see. This is where the theory comes into play. Every one of us can see the outcome of someone's actions and most of their accomplishments, which would be a part of the iceberg that we can see. Whereas the effort, the hard work, the blood, the sweat, and the tears that it took to achieve such an outcome are hidden and unnoticed, which would be the larger part of the iceberg that is beneath that waterline. We only tend to see the glamorous and the glorious parts of successful people that have achieved throughout their lives, like the big houses, the sports cars, the expensive watches, all that stuff. But these achievements often distract us from what all happened before these achievements were made. We usually don't tend to look for the effort and the hard work that was put in beforehand for that person to accomplish what they actually ended up accomplishing. We tend to only be focused about the surface and what we can see, which is the tip of the iceberg, rather than what we can't see, the larger portion of what makes up a person's success, like their efforts and hard work, which is that larger unseen portion of the iceberg. The reason that I bring up the iceberg theory of success to you is to help you realize that every famous or successful person has had to invest a lot of effort, a lot of hard work, a lot of long hours, dedication, failures, mistakes, commitment, and so on. The list goes on to reach all of their personal goals. If we are aware of this theory, it'll help us all take into account that becoming successful and living the life of our dreams isn't going to happen overnight. It won't even happen probably over the couple of days or a week or a month. We'll have to focus on being more persistent and work harder towards our dreams to build up the foundation, the larger bulk of our iceberg. If you imagine yourself in this moment as an iceberg floating in the ocean, how much of your life would be visible to everyone, like the successes and the accomplishments, and how much will be sitting below the surface that people won't be able to see. As you move throughout life, the part of your quote-unquote iceberg below the water will continue to grow quicker than the part above the water. But as you continue to grow the part below the surface, you will create a much larger foundation of your iceberg, so to speak, but you'll create a much bigger foundation for your dreams and your successes to be built on, for the top part of the iceberg to be able to sit on. Don't be in a hurry to get to the top. Focus on your foundation. A good way to look at this is if you look at a house or a skyscraper, depending on where you're located, but any sort of building cannot stand strong without a good foundation. If you were to build a house on a weak foundation, that house would be susceptible to crumbling due to it being able to stand up, for it not having a good foundation to stand on. And it's the same thing with your life, with your dreams and your successes. If you don't have a solid foundation to build your life off of, you don't have good experience and values and hard work to follow up, to build your dreams on, your successes on, it'll be very easy for them to crumble and to fall and break under pressure. So don't be in a hurry to get to the top. Focus on what is below the surface and allow for that to grow, to get bigger, because the bigger the foundation, the bigger your successes could be that could be built on top of that foundation. Allow the iceberg to grow through your hard work and your dedication. Look at your life as an iceberg. I'm not saying, you're just this cold individual, but just from a physical standpoint of your successes and your dreams and your life, look at it as an iceberg, because ultimately, if you have yourself a strong foundation that your life could be built on, you will be untouchable when your successes are around the corner. If you try to build the top of your iceberg too quickly without having a solid foundation below it, the iceberg may even crack and collapse. Be patient, work hard, give the maximum amount of effort. You will live in the Iceberg Theory of Success if you do these things. Focus on your dedication, on your commitment, your hard work. Put in the blood, the sweat, the tears. I mean, that's a very broad statement. Your dreams may not require blood or sweat, but at the end of the day, if you put in the hard work, the dedication, the commitment, whatever it takes to succeed, that will be the foundation on which you could build your successes on. Look at your life as an iceberg and do everything you can to make the part that people don't see, the part that people don't know about, as big as possible, so that when you peak above the water and you get your crest up there, people can see that you worked hard to get what it is that needs to be done. People can bask in all of your glory of your successes and your dreams. Do whatever it takes to succeed, guys. That is what life is about, is doing whatever it takes to get what you want out of life, because life is here to serve you rather than the other way around. You are not here to serve your life. Your life is here to serve you and the desires that you have for it. I want you guys to go out there, and I want you guys to focus on building your iceberg. But that's all I have for you guys today. Again, this is all built. I wanted to talk about the podcast itself and how this whole thing is built off of my book, The Mental Shift. That's what this whole podcast was started off of, was how well people responded to my book, and I wanted to continue the message rather than just through a few pages in print. But I want you guys to go, if you're looking for another side of the story, or just a more foundational approach on how to build your foundation, a more step-by-step approach to that, go pick up a copy of my book. It's on Amazon. It's on Barnes & Noble. It's pretty much anywhere. If you just search The Mental Shift, A Roadmap to Discovering the Life of Your Dreams, it'll pop up right there, first result. Go pick it up. It's a not a huge book. I have a copy of it right here, guys. Again, see, it's not super big. I have it in hardcover as well. But if you go pick it up, I guarantee you this will at least give you the tools that you need to succeed. Especially if you're stuck on where to start, that will definitely help. If you guys want to, you could definitely go to my website, spencerkeife.com. I have some programs on there, as well as if you want to check out the show notes to every episode that we've done, including this one. This one would be spencerkeife.com/23. You could check it out, see kind of what the concept of this show was about, or this particular episode, I mean, and kind of get a little bit more in-depth approach about it, as well as watch the YouTube video about it too, where you can actually watch the podcast online. And then lastly, guys, please, if you think that you have a friend in need that would need to learn any of this information or could benefit from it, please share the episode with them, because that would mean more to me than anything, is being able to change a life. And if I've already changed your life, or if I'm slowly, chipping away at it, and you think that, this episode might start chipping away at somebody else and changing their life, just share it with them, guys. Every little step, every little piece in the puzzle counts and matters. So that's all I'm trying to do, guys, is build a community around changing the world to a more positive mindset. But that's all I have for you guys today. Please go share the episode. Check out my website, spencerkeife.com. You could see the links for my book there, as well as just go on Amazon and search for it, The Mental Shift by Spencer Keife. It'll pop right up. But I want you guys to go out there, shift gears, live the most positive, happy, and abundant life you can, guys. Thank you so much for your time, and you have yourself a great day.